Good morning, you guys. This is Rachel, the modern shaman, and I'm going to take some time to answer some of y'all's questions that you've been sending to me. Today is my day off with clients, so you're getting me a la naturale, and I thought about getting all dressed up for these videos, but then I was like, I'm just hoping that y'all can just take me as my authentic self with no makeup, not, doing my hair, and with the t-shirt that I slept in last night. So anyways, let's jump into these questions. I've been getting a lot of them, and I kind of been slacking a little bit, so I'm going to kind of plow through them. But of course, giving them my full attention as I do. All right, I'm going to read this one. I'm kind of like keep looking over here at my at my messenger up on my computer. I'm going to read it to you, and then I will answer it. Okay, it says, Rachel, I have a question. I'm not sure if you've done a video about resonating. I think when you said resonate, you meant what is true for my soul. You said recently, quote, go with what resonates with you. And many people make it sound like resonating and your own truth can only be positive. But is that not programming one to believe that only positive can be true? Question mark. I thought that both negative and positive can be true. Like I can desire one thing, but negative outcomes could also be a possible choice that the oversoul could choose to experience. Cannot what I fear also be true? Question mark. I feel a little bit torn between what you mean when you say truth. I hope you understand this question. I do. I'm going to center in and ask Spirit to be very clear in answering your question. Help me to be salient with my words. Okay. Okay. I think there are two questions here, maybe more, but I'm going to hit two of them. So the first one is, what do you mean when you say resonate, or go with what you resonate with? Sorry. I'm going to pull this thingy up. Growing. So, go with what you resonate with. So that's a phrase you'll probably hear around the metaphysical and New Age kind of community a lot. And so just on a scientific level, let's go there. Resonance is a prolonged sound. Okay, so it's a sound frequency, vibration, that is prolonged by the neighboring objects that it bounces off of. So it's essentially, on a scientific level, stating that whatever vibe you're vibing, if you have resonance with something outside of yourself, another person, another idea, a thought, then it will essentially prolong that good vibe because you're in resonance with it. It's like hitting that pedal. I don't play piano, but when I was little, I took a few lessons. So it's like hitting that pedal on the piano that makes the key stay longer, right? So that's essentially what you're doing. Whatever vibe you're in, if you resonate with something, you are prolonging that vibe because that thought, that person, that object is vibrationally in balance or vibrationally in harmony with yours. And the bouncing off of it sustains that vibration. don't know if that made sense, but there's the scientific deal, okay, of just like, what is that? I mean, you can look that word up, I'm sure, and you can understand how it's translated in terms of spirit. So your second part to the question is different, and I'm going to hit that a little differently. So let me refine what you're saying here. Basically, can both negative and positive be true? Can what you fear also be true? Or is truth only, quote unquote, what resonates with you? So this is a little tricky because we're talking in terms of duality here, and spirit is not dualistic. Our experience as humans on this planet in a 3D body is very dualistic. That's part of the journey of humanity, is a 3D experience that involves dualism, splitting things into positive, negative, good, bad, true, untrue. Spirit is not mutually exclusive like that, and so it doesn't tend to split. It unifies. It comes together. It's the singularity. It's the space that doesn't seek to divide. So in your question, essentially both can be true. Can positive and negative be true? Yes. But I will also say, coupling that with your question about resonance is the underlying question of how do you know for yourself when something is a truth for you? And that answer is different. It's not can negative and positive be true. It's what is in alignment with your soul or your spirit perspective, your higher self, your oversoul, the highest essence of yourself. What is in alignment with that will always feel positive, will always feel good, will always feel non-frictional. It will feel like resonant energy. It will feel like it's uplifting. It will feel like it's building what already exists in you. It will feel like an amplification. Okay? If it feels frictional and dissonant, again, I'm using terms that are kind of musical and vibration based because your question deals with the term resonating. So that energy that feels frictional is where we feel negative emotions. That's how we, in a human body, translate dissonance. We translate vibration that's not in alignment with our spirit, our true spirit, our soul. When something is not in alignment with that, it feels like negative emotions. Because it has a frictional aspect to it that makes us feel like nails on a chalkboard. It's not in tune. So you won't feel good in those vibrations. So you can translate that as not true for you. It may be true in a human perspective. Stay with me here. But from your higher self's perspective, from your highest vibrational space, from your true self, something about what you're thinking about that is not true. Your higher self doesn't see that as true from that perspective. From your true vibrational state, something about the way you're thinking about that thought is not in alignment with the way that your spirit sees it. So not to say that it's wrong, because again, spirit doesn't divide things into dualistic right and wrong. It's just that it's not vibrationally in alignment to create a resonance, to create a amplification of your true self. Instead, it's dissonant, and it will feel like it is breaking down of your true vibrational self. It's splitting it, it's fragmenting it, if that makes sense. I'm using a lot of semantic terms, because you're kind of asking about terms. And I don't like doing that because terms are just so loaded, and I feel like you have to go through this vocabulary lesson. But I'm also trying to be as salient as I can, as choosy and specific as I can with my words. And only use ones that feel appropriate. An easy way to say this is if something feels good, it's typically in alignment with the way your higher self sees things, that perspective, that all-knowing perspective, not a dualistic perspective. If things feel bad, it's typically not in alignment with the way that your higher self sees that perspective, or translates it, or understands it. Again, from the non-dualistic perspective, that doesn't have to choose good or bad. It's just in dissonance, which is the opposite of resonance, with that belief. So then you would go to that belief and think, what am I believing about this scenario that's not true for me? And it will be just for you. It may not be for anyone else, because you're always in your own consciousness. You can't get out of that. This is your trip. This is your life, your creation, your existence. So it's always going to be you and not comparative, if that makes sense. Let me give you an example. Because our emotions are the translator, they essentially take our higher vibration, our soul, our essence, and help move it through a physical 3D body. And by doing that, they kind of fragment things into emotional states. That's how we can understand what vibrational frequency we're emitting. So again, let's get to an example. I was going to try and keep it to 10 minutes. We're at 12 minutes right now. When I do these videos, it's like, you know, the timer goes like right on top of the screen right here. So it's like a countdown. I'm constantly watching it. Okay, let me give an example. Okay, so your boss comes in and tells you what a crappy job you're doing, and they just ream you. You know, they're just like whatever, and you feel bad about yourself. You feel like you're incompetent. You feel like you didn't do your best. You feel like you're not liked. Whatever those feelings are that you may be feeling in your mind, it feels crappy. You feel negative emotion. Okay, so it's not that negative is not true. It's not that person is not saying that. Okay, it's a real thing. They're saying that in your experience. But something from the higher perspective of yourself is not in agreement with what's being said, with what's being processed, with the way you're viewing it. So if you're translating it as, I'm not good, I'm a bad person, I'm not able to do this job, the fact that it feels bad means it's not in alignment with what is your true self. That's not true. Those things are not true. If they were true, they would amplify your energy. They would feel in alignment. They would resonate with you. And those thoughts are the ones that feel good. They feel like, I am a good person. I am capable. I am smart. These things, when we feel into them, they give us a state of peace, a state of relaxation, and that is essentially harmony of your vibration. It's not frictional, it's harmony. Okay? It's in alignment with what is true. And by true, I just mean vibrationally equivalent to how you vibrate as energy. Not in a physical body, beyond your physical body, in a physical body, out of a physical body, just your energetic soul, spirit self, the core. I hope that answered your question and didn't just make you go in circles. Okay. I love you. I appreciate your questions. I appreciate your desire to understand and share that understanding with the rest of the world. It continues to just help us understand life as humans and the way that our bodies translate spirit. Understanding is a beautiful thing. And we're constantly growing with it. Who knows, 2 days from now I may learn something and feel like everything I said was total crap. But in this moment, I'm being completely transparent and honest with what I have to share with you. So that's all I can do. Love you all. Celebrate your existence. Life is it's a trip. Be blessed.